happy Friday again. So today we're going to talk real estate. Tiffany Chin here, your LA Realtor. Welcome back to our video series, Small Business Spotlight. So as we know, as you've heard, small business owners of all kinds are being forced to get creative, and even more so with active unrest. So we at Tiffany Chin Real Estate are shaking things up this week so that we can do our part in helping to give back to the community that has been so good to us over the years. So we're featuring a different small business owner every Friday, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We are flipping around the camera, and Zach's idea decided to put the spotlight on me. So I hope this is helpful to you guys because I'm used to being the person asking the questions, and it's a lot easier, I must say. All right, so Zach is my team member who you see here. And hey, Zach. So, very unexpectedly, our team has been busier than ever. So Zach suggested that I address our frequently asked questions about the COVID real estate market. So here we are. Zach, want to take it away?
Yeah, thank you, Tiffany, for agreeing to flip the camera and let me interview you on your show. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Can't
Awesome.
complain. It's Friday.
It's Friday, TGIF. All right, so let's get started. So Tiffany, tell us a little bit about yourself and the story behind how and why you got started in real estate.
So I actually got my license back in 2007, and when I originally got it, I wasn't planning on doing anything with it really. It was just, my mom's a residential realtor, so I decided at a young age to get my license, go to school, and I worked in hospitality for a little bit, working for someone else. And then I quickly realized that, I don't take direction from someone else very well when I don't necessarily believe in their direction. So, I left that world and wanted to, start something where I could just rely on my instincts, and if I was going to fail miserably, at least it would be on me. It's kind of the gist of it. So I've kind of always lived my life in that way, just kind of going by my gut instincts and doing everything that I can to control circumstances within my control to create a positive outcome. And then from there, if it doesn't work out, at least I know that I've done everything that I could, right? So I got started in real estate really kind of at a whim, like, to be quite honest. I didn't know what I was going to become, but it was a great way to not be able to hide from your weaknesses. It made me grow up very, very quickly because people were trusting me with one of their biggest assets, if not the biggest asset in their lives. So I took it very seriously. And I perfected, there's never perfection, but I worked very tirelessly on my skill set so that I could be able to help my clients. And I fell in love with the negotiations. I fell in love with the people who I get to work with and being able to be a part of every big milestone in their lives. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun to see what it becomes,
Yeah, I saw you smile a little bit when you mentioned the client. So is that what sparked joy, or what about real estate sparked joy for you?
It's the people. I mean, I know it sounds very cliche, but it's the people who you get to grow with. A lot of my clients have been with me for a very long time now. I was there when they were single and bought their first property. I was there when they got married and thought about upgrading to the next property. And maybe it wasn't until they had their first child or got pregnant that they decided that they were going to sell their prior property and then upgrade to the next one. I've been invited to many clients' weddings, and baby showers. And I think some of my clients will appreciate this. I went on a random trip to Italy with a group of clients who we had closed. We were celebrating, and 2 or 3 bottles of wine later, we decided that we were gonna, go on a trip to Italy. So, it's fun. It's fun. You get to really be intertwined into people's lives, and that's what sparks joy, and being able to protect people I care about into the next chapter.
That's awesome. Hopefully
Mhm.
we'll get to go to Italy soon together.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't know when
Uh,
we're going to be able to travel again.
so a lot of people are wanting to know what part of the real estate market is your niche.
That's a good question. I think traditional real estate used to be such that, only realtors had access to listings. So they would, obviously before my time, but they would look in the MLS listing book and look for the listings that were available. And that's how clients were able to, find their properties. That's how sellers sold their properties, because only agents had access to these listings. Um, but it's changed with the invention of the internet now. And so when people ask me what's my niche in real estate, they expect that it's going to be a geographical area, and that's not true to my business, because most of my business is through referrals from people. So I get pulled in different areas of the city, probably I would say within 40 to 45 minutes of Larchmont Village. Some people don't know where Larchmont Village is. It's near Paramount Studios. It's the easiest landmark to kind of center yourself there. And my niche is really just taking the time to listen to what people's goals are in real estate, both short term and long term, and helping them to strategize and find a path forward. I think that's, it's not like one path fits everyone. And you kind of need to take that approach in order to figure out what's the best path for someone. But obviously it's their decision. We gather as much information as possible, present it to our clients, and our clients talk to us so that they can come up with the best decision for them and their families. We're
That's
very,
great.
you're going to make your move when you make your move. So we'll give you the information, and then you decide what you want to do with it.
Awesome. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of people have trusted you over the years. So, um, would you mind sharing with us how recent events have affected your business?
Sure. I think what I found is that a lot of people have been asking me, is real estate really slow right now? What are you doing every day? Um, I will say that it hasn't slowed down. There was a point in time where it was kind of uncertain what people were going to do. But we went into the lockdown here in LA, so ours is a little different from our friends in New York and San Francisco. But we went into the lockdown, I think we were in like 3 or 4 transactions at that time. So in those first 2 weeks, it was chaos, but manageable chaos. I think everyone was freaking out, of course. Buyers who were in escrow were wondering, I don't know what is going to happen with the market. Should I even be pursuing this? And they felt like they were overpaying. They wanted to renegotiate. Some people were uncertain about their job security, so they wanted to cancel because of that. On the seller side, sellers were nervous too. They were in escrow with a buyer who was under contract, and they had to make a decision. Do I allow a little bit of renegotiation in anticipation that I don't know what the market is going to do, or should I take my chances, let this buyer walk, and then see what happens after all of this blows over? But there was just, like the rest of the world, everyone didn't know what was going to happen with our lives, first of all, but also, real estate. So
Yeah,
it was a lot of calming people down the best that we could, presenting the information, and renegotiating what we could for the sake of whichever side we were representing at that point. So that was the first 2 weeks of COVID. And then after the first 2 weeks, then we were in a fast-paced learning phase of, okay, given what's going on in the world, what should we be doing to keep our clients safe? What are showing procedures? Are we not showing right now? We weren't showing at that point, right? Everyone was basically no more open houses, no showings until we can figure out how to do this. So there was a little bit of a standstill, but we were still working with our clients who were in escrow. So we didn't slow down necessarily, but the market was uncertain. And then, by 4 weeks in, then people were kind of figuring out how procedures were going to look, how to keep people safe, how to show properties for both our sellers and our buyers, and keep everyone safe. So we have been very busy. We hired you, Zach, during COVID. So
Yep.
we always keep ourselves occupied, like when there's going to be a slowdown, but we thought it was going to be a slowdown. We thought it would be a good idea to bring you on, right? So that there would be time for you to learn, but you didn't have much time to, really.
Not too much time. We got busy
Lay
pretty
low.
quickly.
Yeah.
Um,
No, we're fortunate, and we are very understanding of that, and we have wonderful clients who trust us to help them make decisions. So
yeah, and
that's
with
a very
safety,
long-winded way of answering your questions.
so with the world upside down, crazy, COVID, it's here, it's not here, open, close, changes every day. So what are you doing to keep our clients safe and, us on your team?
Yeah.
And yourself, because we want to stay healthy.
Right. Well, once the lockdown happened, we were all working from home. So you and I have never worked side by side, except while we're out in the field. So it's a fun time to kind of figure out how all that works. So everyone on our team is working from home. Obviously, real estate is an essential service, and that requires that we do go out, of course. Properties unfortunately can't come to us. We got to go there. So we're wearing masks. We're following the city ordinances in order to make sure that we don't have more than one agent in the house with up to 2 clients at a given time. That's what LA has us as rules. Washing our hands, hand sanitizer, new gloves when you go in. There are no open houses still, so we're staggering showings for our staggered open houses. Like people are coming in like 15 to 30-minute increments. So that's how we're keeping safe and healthy. All of our appointments that don't involve a house are over Zoom, so that we don't have to expose anyone unnecessarily, ourselves and our clients. It's kind of, we can do a lot over Zoom. So it's been good. It's been good. We just want to make sure that our community is healthy and safe, because ultimately we're all in the same community. It's going to get, we're all breathing the same air, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Well, I know I appreciate being able to work from home and keeping safe, and I'm sure our clients are the same way, that, we can Zoom and everything else. The world's changed for probably forever.
Yeah.
But I have one,
We can FaceTime our clients through properties too.
yeah,
So that helps. A lot of people aren't even physically here, but they're still shopping. So yeah, we're able to do that for sure.
awesome. Well, the last big question that everyone is dying to know, probably shouldn't use dying, that everyone is
Not the time and
yearning to
place.
know, is, should I be looking to buy or sell right now, or should I wait?
That's a very good question. And Rachel brought up a good point that we do have video tours too for our listings. So we've always done like a 3D tour of our listings so that you can dollhouse, like virtually walk through a property. It's kind of cool, but now pretty much everyone's doing it, and you do want to view the properties that way. And to protect our sellers, we're having people watch that video or go through that 3D tour first, and submit the assigned advisory, ensuring that they don't have COVID before they enter a property. So anyway, so your big question, should I be looking to buy or sell right now, or should I wait? That, no matter which market it is, I think is a very tricky question, because I will always say it, like I said, it depends on what your life circumstances are. and what your goals are. If you talk to any big real estate investor, and my family, that's what my family does. My family invests in real estate. There's always some kind of deal to be had. So on the buying side, there's deals to be had. If you're selling, if it makes sense strategically to sell your property in order to pounce on another opportunity, then the circumstances make sense. If you're looking to buy for 2 years, I would probably warn against it. That makes me a little bit more wary to encourage you to buy if you're only going to be living there for 2 years, because that's not enough time to pad for volatility in the market, right? Anytime you're going to buy, like, think about it, like at least 5 years would be a safe assumption. Like if you can hold on to it for at least 5 years, you're probably going to be okay. No one has a crystal ball, so we can't guarantee that. But especially in a market like LA or San Francisco or these big metropolitan cities, like we are shielded in somewhat of a bubble in that we have a shortage of inventory already. Every year, LA is short 80,000 units. And that gets worse and worse each year because the developers can't keep up. So we have that. We have a shortage of inventory because people are not moving as, they're not making the choice to move as easily right now because of COVID, right? So we already had a shortage of inventory, and now it's even worse inventory-wise. And so supply is down. Demand is high because interest rates are ridiculously low. I think one of my clients is getting quoted like 2.85% in interest rate for 30-year fixed right now.
Less than my student loans.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, really such a great opportunity. And because of that, buyers are saying, look, there's opportunity right now. There's probably less competition a little bit in the market right now, although for the properties that are priced very well, there's still plenty of competition. They're pouncing on those opportunities. So if this is a long-winded way of saying, I won't blanket answer that question because it depends on your property that you're looking to sell, and it depends on the type of property that you're looking to buy and how long you're going to live in it and where you're looking. So if real estate were that simple that I could just tell you, yes, you should buy and yes, you could sell, anyone who's telling you that is misleading you, right? Because it's not that simple. It involves a lot of factors.
Well, I'm sure everyone appreciates the honesty, even though it would be so much better if it was a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
But thank you for explaining that. And especially now,
right.
Since we're inside more, you gotta love the place that you're in.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I mean, we thought it would be a little bit slower, but we're involved in seven deals concurrently right now, and that's a lot. I don't think we've ever been in that many at the same time before. So people are moving. Obviously that means people are selling, and that means people are buying, right? So if it makes sense for them, then they are. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me take over your show. I know you haven't been on the other side of the camera, but this has been so much fun. And thanks for giving our viewers a look into the current real estate market. So everyone watching or going to watch, please contact us for any of your real estate curiosities. And also if you and your small business would like to be featured on the show for our small business spotlight, because we want to support you just like you support us.
Well, thank you, Zach, for forcing me to do something that I was not comfortable with.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
And thanks for coming on camera so that I wouldn't have to awkwardly interview myself, because that would be no one wants to see that.
Maybe.
It'd be entertaining for everyone else, but not for me. So for our viewers, thank you so much for joining us live today and for your attention. I hope that some of this information was helpful to you. Remember, we're all in this together, and it's important to spread love into our world right now. Please support our local businesses, enjoy your weekend, and continue to stay safe out there. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Zach.